In this video, I will be ranking every single Spider-Man movie, from the Sam Raimi trilogy to the Amazing Spider-Mans, and of course, the Tom Holland ones. This ranking will be including the new movie Spider-Man Brand New Day because I have seen it, but it will not be including the animated versions, so sorry big fans of Into the Spider-Verse. Alright, let's get started with Spider-Man, the movie. Alright, what can I say? It's Spider-Man the movie. It's the movie that started all the Spider-Man movies because it's the first Spider-Man movie. This movie basically tells us the story of Peter Parker and how his parents went to get the milk together and never came back. At the beginning of this movie, Peter is literally a loser. He's living with his aunt and uncle because, as I said, his parents just dipped. And he's just your average high school goofball, right? He gets beat up and he keeps missing the bus.
Hey! Stop the bus!
But then he gets bit by a radioactive spider and he needs money to buy a car, so he wrestles for some reason, which goes well for him, I suppose. And Peter's like, I missed the part where that's my problem, to the guy that was mean to him. But then the robber guy escapes and kills his uncle, so that's not great. And now he's full of vengeance and he embraces his spider powers and becomes Spider-Man and is gonna do good. He's a do-gooder now. Overall, this movie is great. I love the combat. The CG looks pretty good, especially for the time. A tier, 100%. This movie is honestly also very good. We follow Peter as he tries to balance his personal life with his being Spider-Man life. He decides his personal life should come first, so he puts aside being Spider-Man, but then he starts to lose his powers. It's a whole mess, and he learns what it means to be a superhero, blah, blah, blah. But of course, the villain of the movie, Doc Ock, decides to steal MJ, and he has to become Spider-Man again to save her. This movie's honestly pretty peak, especially that train fight. Dude, absolute cinema! The action is great, the storytelling is great, CG looks pretty good, sounds great, and at some moments in the story, it grabs the strings that are connected to your heart and runs away. Dude, it's like this movie is your owner and you're the dog running along with the owner and your heartstrings are the leash. Even if you don't like Spider-Man, you can't stop watching because the leash is connected to a vital organ. Anyway, A tier. Yeah, this movie is just worse in every way. There are too many villains with Sandman and Venom, and then Peter basically becomes a villain. He literally shoves MJ to the ground. I mean, the plot is all over the place. It feels like you're watching a fever dream. And the CG. The CG. What is that? Overall, this movie is just not good. It's a bunch of good ideas shoved into a couple hours of stinky trash can movie. Also, they killed off Harry for some reason. Not only is this movie bad on its own, it screws up the plot from the other movies. It was supposed to be that Peter's actions are what killed Uncle Ben, but then it's revealed that it wasn't the robber he let get away after all, so that time feeling sorry for himself was for nothing, because he actually had nothing to do with Uncle Ben's death. The Sandman killed Uncle Ben. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't know. This movie is wacky, wild, and crazy. So crazy that I feel like this is the kind of movie that someone wrote while in one of those washing machine rides at the fair. The intense G-forces gave them quote-unquote great ideas. Plus, at the time of its release, it was the most expensive movie ever made, which just makes the whole movie hard to watch. Like, the industry paid $2 million a minute for this! Oh, however, the action is good, so that's a plus. I'll put it in C tier because of the good action and because we got this absolute banger. Okay, this movie is good. It's not spectacular, it's not bad, it's just good. It has some epic action scenes and a good story and all that stuff, but the one problem I have with this movie is that it's basically the same thing as the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. It's advertised as the untold story. But in the movie, they don't really give you any more information about what happened to Peter's parents. Peter lets a robber go, then the robber kills Uncle Ben, and then Peter, at the same time, gets bit by a radioactive spider or whatever and gets superpowers, and yes, just like the other movies, he becomes a certified Angus beef do-gooder. And there's a lizard, and he has to stop it and stuff, but in this movie, there's a new love interest, Gwen Stacy, and their relationship is good. There's nothing really special about it. It's just she has blonde hair and her name is different. Her father is the police chief who is basically the J. Jonah Jameson of this movie, and he hates Spider-Man and wants him arrested. Speaking of which, where is J. Jonah Jameson? He's literally like a core Spider-Man character. Why is he not here? In the end, though, he learns the truth of Spider-Man's identity, and he helps him defeat the Lizard. But of course, a Spider-Man movie can't be not heartbreaking, so Gwen's dad dies fighting the Lizard and tells Peter to stay away from Gwen to keep her safe. And Peter wrestles with this for about 5 minutes of screen time, and right when the movie ends, he tells Gwen he's gonna keep dating her anyway. And that's the end of the movie. I'll give it a solid B tier, but I don't know. Yeah, this movie is just bad. There's nothing else to say. The plot, it's all over the place. The story is a mess. You can just laugh at it the whole time because it's so bad. This movie cost $250 million to make, and they spent another $180 million on advertising, which is just sad. They could have done so many better things with that money. However, the CG looks good most of the time, and the performances are great, most of them. But even these incredible actors couldn't save this movie. Like, there's a fight scene at the end of the movie where Spider-Man throws Electro through a freaking building, which doesn't stop him. But he gets fully knocked out when Gwen hits him with a car going 10 miles an hour. Like, bruh! The movie's just so bad in so many ways. I don't even know what to say. Truly one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but it's so bad it's funny, so I did kind of enjoy watching it. F tier, obviously. Okay, this movie is actually very good. It tells the compelling story of Peter Parker basically being Iron Man Jr., which I will get to in a second. And Peter wants to be this big superhero, but Iron Man just wants him to be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Tony still likes Peter though, so he gives him this suit with some basically parental controls, which Peter disables, of course, and then he goes around fighting crime and eventually stopping this big villain. Here's the thing with this movie. Do I think Peter Parker should be very childlike and kind of all over the place? Yes. Did Iron Man need to be there? No. I feel like the only reason Tony Stark was there was for the marketing team to be like, Iron Man's in a Spider-Man movie, get your tickets! I don't mind it that much, but sometimes it can get a little annoying. Overall, this is a good movie, and it does a very good job of setting up the upcoming Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland. Speaking of Tom Holland, he's the best Peter Parker of this list, hands down. Anyway, A tier. I think this is also a pretty good movie. Is it as good as Spider-Man Homecoming? No. But it was still a fun time for sure. It has a very interesting plot, in my opinion. Spider-Man/Peter Parker is on a school trip with some friends, and a villain shows up and starts absolutely dusting them, so Peter jumps into action and fights to save his friends and the world. They start getting into some of the multiverse stuff in this movie, which is one of the weakest points in the John Watts Spider-Man franchise, in my opinion. We needed a street-level story with this one, and it's not exactly what we got. Thankfully, there isn't any Iron Man Jr. in this movie, although Happy is present, and I absolutely love Happy in this movie. It feels like Happy is more of a mentor to Peter, which I really enjoyed watching. However, I kind of think the only reason Iron Man isn't in this movie is because he died, which is kind of, I don't know. A big theme of the movie is Peter missing Tony, which can definitely get annoying at times because in some of the scenes, it feels like Marvel is glazing their other movies. Like, big things happened in Avengers Endgame, you should definitely watch that. But in Far From Home, the story is good, especially the love story with Peter and MJ. Oh my god, when she finds out he's Spider-Man, that's one of the best scenes ever. One other thing I don't like about this movie is the way it looks. No shade to John Watts, but the whole movie looks a little bland. There's no flair to it. However, that color grading was most definitely fixed with Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I will absolutely talk about that. So stick around to the end of the video to see my hot take on the brand new Spider-Man movie. Anyway, self-promotion aside, I do like Far From Home, and it sure has its flaws, but overall, it's just an enjoyable movie to watch, kind of like The Amazing Spider-Man. Nothing crazy, it's just good. B tier. Dude, I absolutely love this movie. This movie is like, when you think about Spider-Man, when you think about what you want to see in a Spider-Man movie, this is absolutely it. Dude, we have freaking Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, and Andrew Garfield all together. This movie has heart, dude. Remember when I was talking about with Spider-Man 2, how it'll grab your heartstrings and like throw you around? Dude, especially the ending of this movie. Oh my god, everybody forgets Peter Parker. It's so depressing. Especially in the theater, seeing Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire come back though. Holy crap. Like, the joy that I felt in that moment, I don't think anybody could explain that to a human being. No, truly though, like, it was just so special to be able to see those people back on the big screen. However, is this a perfect movie? No, it's not. The beginning is quite slow actually, and like I said for some of the other John Watts movies, it looks kind of meh. It looks kind of bland, but the story and the heart and the writing and all of that makes up for it. And of course, the performances are great. The action's great. CG looks pretty good. And overall, I just absolutely love this movie, especially when the three of them swing together at the end. Like, oh my goodness. One of my favorite parts of this movie actually is when they're just talking. It's just three Spider-Man and they're just talking and ranting about what they had in their worlds. Dude, chef's kiss. Although it's not a perfect movie, the joy that I felt watching this is undescribable. Absolutely triple S tier movie. Yay, Spider-Man No Way Home. Alright, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's my hot take on the brand new movie, Spider-Man Brand New Day. What do I think of this movie? I think it's trash. No, I'm joking. Please don't clip that. It's really good. I love this movie. Honestly, I think this is the best Spider-Man movie that we've seen in a long time, and maybe ever, and I'll tell you why. Sure, No Way Home has this big spectacle, and it's got this insane stuff going on, and I absolutely love that movie. But Spider-Man Brand New Day has something special, something that we haven't seen in so long. We have a story that's not about Spider-Man. We have a story that's about Peter Parker, with Spider-Man doing his thing additionally. And I think that is exactly what we needed. We got a grounded, street-level story that we actually cared about. Dude, everybody forgot Peter. Peter and MJ do that whole dynamic. Big spoilers. But when MJ is like, I don't love you. Like, oh my god, my heart. And with the ending, with Ned finally remembering Peter to a degree. All of the action, the movie looking beautiful. Dude, the fight scene with the hand when he's like, I'm both. If you know, you know. Dude, that is absolutely insane. Like, I've never been so excited to see a movie do something like that. But just overall, this is a beautiful movie. It looks great. Everything about it is just so good. Sure, it's a little slow. Maybe some people don't like Jean Grey being in it. I thought that was amazing. I loved her as a villain. But just overall, this movie, the story is so compelling. It pulls on your heartstrings in exactly the right way, if you know what I mean. Overall, this movie is just exactly what we needed for a new Spider-Man movie. I also love the use of the camera inside of Tom Holland's mask. I love seeing his eye. I love the little brother, big brother relationship with him and Punisher. Dude, all the action is just stunning, and you can tell that some of this stuff was done practically. That's what we needed. We needed a good practical suit. But just overall, dude, this movie, I cannot believe that this movie exists. It is so good. Great job, Justin Daniel. What did I just say? That's not his name. Great job, Dustin Daniel Cretton. This is exactly what we needed. Triple S tier, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And now that the tier list is done, here's a screenshot of it. Take a look. Use your eyeballs. Post it wherever you want. Also, I had to make some adjustments. Spider-Man 2, directed by Sam Raimi, is definitely an S tier movie, and Spider-Man 3, directed by Sam Raimi, is definitely a D tier. And I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you, yes, you enjoyed watching this video, please do make sure to leave a like and subscribe, because this video was a labor of love. I will say that. It took me about 2 weeks to make this video, and here's the timeline. This is the nonsense that I was doing. This took a long time. It's very messy. I feel like my computer really wants to blow up, but it's not, which is nice. And just, again, thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to comment as well. Comment what you would have ranked. Comment what you want to see me rank next. Comment what video you want to see me make next. Maybe I should play a game. You let me know. Then thank you so much. Toodles.